Howdy folks, welcome to the channel. This is Rockin' the Country, where I do non-pop country music reactions, and today's is no exception. LeAnn Rimes, She's Got You. I don't know the song, but it was a gift from arguably LeAnn Rimes' biggest fan. In addition to being Dwight Yoakam's biggest fan, Renee Mooberry made a gift to the channel for me to do this reaction, so thank you, Renee, for the gift and the request. And you wanted me to do this not merely because you're a huge LeAnn Rimes fan, but you said LeAnn was only 17 at the time of this recording. So let's see what a 17-year-old does with this. Sometimes people's talent and ability it's like inexplicable. How, you know, that Billy Joel was writing some of the most amazing lyrics when he was a teenager. And LeAnn Rimes doing this. Jewel is a phenomenal lyricist and songwriter at such a young age. And whether you're a Taylor Swift fan or not, her talent was and is ridiculous. So let's see what LeAnn's got for us. And yes, it's a gift. And for folks who want to know more about making a gift to the channel, because you'll send me requests once in a while. How do I do that? The information's in the description box below, but it's $25 via Venmo or PayPal. And some folks will send like $100 and ask me for like 4 reactions. And the way I do it is I'll do one song per day over 4 days. I don't do them all on the same day. I just spread them out that way just because it's kind of nice to have something to look forward to. So it's sort of just the way I do it. So in any case, if you make multiple requests, they go like one day, that type of thing. All right. She's Got You from 17-year-old LeAnn Rimes. Thank you, Renee. Orchestral.
I've got your picture that you gave to me, and it's signed with love, just like it used to be. The only thing different, the only thing new, I've got your picture, she's got you.
Yeah.
I've got the records that we used to share, and they still sound the same as when you were here. The only thing different.
This is just one of those songs. And I didn't mention in the beginning, but I had done Patsy's rendition of this song. Of course, it's Patsy's song. Loretta did this. I reacted to that or reviewed that a while ago. But I mean, really, when you think about it, how young was Patsy when she recorded hers? Because Patsy passed away at age 30. So she wasn't much older than LeAnn was in this one. But, I mean, the difference between, say, 17 years old and 25 is a huge difference at that age. But anyway. He left for someone else.
She's got you. I've got your memory, or has it got me? I really don't know, but I know it won't let me be. I've got your class ring that proved you care, and it still looks the same as when you gave it, dear. The only thing different, the only thing new.
Yeah, LeAnn was already more than a voice.
I've got these little things, she's got you. I've got your memory, or has it got me? Your class ring that proved you care, and it still looks the same as when you gave it deep. The only thing different, the only thing new.
You're so young.
I've got this little thing.
Yeah.
She's got you. I've got this little thing. She's got you.
What a song. A couple of things came to mind. One is there's a difference between somebody who has a really good voice and somebody who's a really good performer. And there are a lot of people out there with amazing voices, but they're not eminently listenable. To be in touch with a song, how to shorten lines, how to come in and out, how to have certain emotion and emote and all that, that is way more than just having a technically sound voice or a well-trained voice. And LeAnn obviously had a gorgeous voice, but even at age 17, she had a feel for a song and had to just sort of like slide down and when it was good, when to belt a bit. But at a young age, when somebody has a voice, a powerful voice, they tend to want to show it. It's kind of like a young writer. There's an expression about like young authors, young writers. The first thing they do is get a dictionary so they could show off their vocabulary. And it does not show a good use of language or narrative development or storytelling at all, having a big vocabulary. And having a big voice doesn't do that for a song either. Emotionality is so important. And I was listening to a seminar. I didn't make it through the whole thing because I think it was 36 hours on 24 or 36 hours on the greatest piano players or piano pieces of all time. And it was classical. It was a classical thing. And I was listening to it. And one of the things that the gentleman had said, like in the second or third hour that I was listening to, is that if you're going to be a world-class instrumentalist, musician, you need to study history. You have to understand the history of a piece, the time in which it was set, to capture how to play it. And I thought, God, I never would have thought of that. I never would have thought you had to be a student of history. Maybe I'd seen a special on TV on this, but in any case, that you had to know history if you're going to interpret the piece properly. Now, I'm not an aficionado of classical music. My favorite song of all time is Air on the G String by Bach, performed by, I think, it might even be like the Philadelphia Philharmonic or, I don't know, absolutely stunning, takes me away to a different place. When I teach yoga, it's part of my yoga. I play it during Shavasana because it's so beautiful. But I don't know classical music that well, and I never would have known to study history. Now, whatever LeAnn had to study or pay attention to, not just copying Patsy's rendition of the song, obviously that gives you a good head start on it. But to not just belt out your powerful voice at that age to say, look how powerful, look how great my voice is. But there's sort of a rule in writing that I learned or good guiding principle in writing, and it helped my writing a lot. And I'd read it in somebody's book, but it was a book on writing. I probably read 20 or 25 books on writing. But the author of it, she said, you should only write something if it's going to be of benefit to the reader. And I thought, God, I was ready to hear that evidently, because at that time I'd written a book on dance studio life because I used to own a dance school. And at that time, the book was about 300 pages long. And I went in and I cut in one day, I think I cut 40 pages out of it because I realized a lot of what I was writing were things that I like the sound of. I like the way that sentence was written, the paragraph. I like that thought. But I wasn't thinking, how's the reader going to hear this or read this? And I saw it was sort of self-aggrandizing. So it was so easy to cut stuff out. Be mindful of your audience. And that's where I see LeAnn came in strong on this, where she knew her audience. She did whatever thought control within herself to make this listenable for her audience. And it wasn't just copying Patsy or Loretta or anybody else who's covered the song. There was just, and the thing that's marvelous about this, and when I say marvelous, I don't mean wonderful, I mean a marvel, is that a 17-year-old could interpret a song like this. And every so often there are classical prodigies who could play violin or piano at age 8 or 10 and capture the essence of a time period in the 1700s the way 50-year-old professional musicians do. And everybody's like, how? And sometimes you can say to yourself about a 17-year-old covering a Patsy Cline song, how? So, all right, I'm going to rate this song, and the number that popped into my head was a 9.4. She just did a splendid job with it, if you will. So Renee, thank you again for another walk down. It's not memory lane, it's Newfoundland, if you will, to my Canucks up there. Anyway, thank you again, Renee. Have a great day, folks. I'll see you on another video and keep rocking the country.